This is for anybody that have time to listen to me. I'm going to talk about my case and I'm going to try to make it as short as possible. Um I'm deported to Haiti. You know, I'm a man that been locked up about 50 times. After my adult, once I turned 18, all my charges was petty crimes. I have drug charges as a minor, but everything total up to about 50 arrests. As when I turned to an adult, it's all petty crime for tickets, warrants, and I'm a man that pay all my fine, all my jail fine. I don't owe no probation, nothing. The only thing I owe in America is credit cards and hospital bills. I'm also a working man. Since I turned 18, I used to work 2 to 3 jobs. You know, I even was a sergeant at a security firm, SOS Security. Now, I'm going to start with my case that I got deported for, because a lot of people on Facebook don't know why I say the things I say about white people. You know, all my 50 arrests, only 2 of them was by a black cop. My first charge, I went to put a restraining order on a female at the courthouse, and it was the security guard named Burgess. Now he a narco in Jersey City. He locked me up because I called him an Oreo cookie. I remember him from the youth house. And my other charge, one day I was drinking in my neighborhood, and then the black cop locked me up. I ain't care that day. So now I'm gonna get to my case that I'm deported for. I have 2 felonies out of the 50 arrests. 2 fake felonies, but I'm gonna get to that. My first felony, I had a breakdown at the end of 2001, December or January. And I ended up in the hospital at Beth Israel in New York. And while I was in there in 2002, while I was in there beginning in January, while I was in there, because the police kept harassing me, and the way I'm talking now, that's how I used to talk. And they know little of me. So while I was in the hospital, I called Johnny Cochran firm and told them the U.S. government was trying to turn me into a terrorist. And when I got the hospital, I wasn't even at the hospital for a week. I'm broke as hell. I don't have no money on me. I went back to the neighborhood where I used to be at. I had about $40, something like that. And it was this minor. We from the same neighborhood. We know each other. And the police ran up on him. And they found a clip of coke on him. I had about $34. I'm telling you, I just came out the hospital broke. They locked them up and they charged me with employing a juvenile in conspiracy to distribute. So I got locked up. I went to the county. My sister came and bailed me out, and I had a confrontation with the CO at the county jail. I'm about to get out of jail. I had a $300 or $400, $500 Coogee sweater. Somebody stole it, and I was real upset, and I started spazzing out. So the CO took me back to my cell, and I couldn't get bailed out no more. Now I ain't had no warrants when I was going out, so now I'm in there for about a year, going to court back and forth like every couple of weeks or whatever. And I'm telling the judge I'm going to trial. I want trial. And the kid that I got locked up for, his name is Kwasim, and he known as a snitch. His own boy, he my boy. I'm cool with him. His name is Mel Fresh. Told me he a snitch. Be careful with him. So I told the judge I'm going to trial straight up. I'm blacking out in the courtroom, flipping. I'm telling the judge I'm not going down for this case. And the person that the minor was hustling for is my enemy. And the police know we're in conflict. I used to be around Gifford and Emory and Bergen in Jersey City. You know, it's people from the island and Americans, and we stick where we come from, and we always had little conflict. Y'all know, y'all understand, but we still brothers and sisters. So I'm blacking out in there, and I believe he probably snitch. I don't know. I dressed up three times to go to trial. Every time I go, the judge reschedule my trial date to pick my jury 3 times. I'm blacking in there, and I couldn't afford a lawyer at that time. I was broke. So I'm telling the judge I have conflict of interest with my public defender, Adam Reisman, because he's trying to coerce me into pleading guilty. And I'm blacking out. Me and the judge going back and forth. Sometimes he don't even let me speak. So when I get in there, I'm blacking out. Everything is on record, you know. And so the 3-time judge Kevin Callahan, the most fierce judge in Jersey City. Whatever time is on the clock, that's the time you get, and everybody knows for that. And I think they call him Hangman. He retired. He teaching law right now at St. Peter College in Jersey City, Hudson County, New Jersey. So after a while, he see I wasn't giving up. I'm blacking out, everything on record. He switched me to a judge, so a new judge, a black judge. I don't even know where that judge came from. I never seen him. He the only black judge in there. So after they transferred me, I went to court. I went to the black judge, and the prosecutor and the public defender on record told me in front of the judge, if you plead guilty, the drug case will be expunged after 10 years. At that time, I didn't even know drug charges don't get expunged. So I pleaded guilty, and me and the judge had a great conversation. It's on record, He told me, I know you're a smart guy, you're going to have a great future. We spoke, after I plead, the day I plead guilty, I supposed to be released on the ROR. After a month, I come for sentence. That was part of my guilty plea and 2 probation. I was in there for a year. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. And so I went back to the county to be released. Come to find out, I had a municipal warrant. And my sister came and bailed me out. I ain't had no warrant. So they held me there. Then when I came back, the judge saw me. The black judge, he was real upset. He was like, why you ain't release him? It was like, judge, you have a warrant at municipal court, and the judge was like, I don't care, in their professional vocabulary, but in the hood term, he was like, I don't give a fuck. Release him today, you know. And I ain't even supposed to get released. Once you get locked up, you're not a U.S. citizen. You're supposed to automatically be held for immigration process. So they released me that day, and I pleaded guilty or whatever. And that's why I'm deported. For my enemy shit. I went to court, to trial 3 times, and got deported for that case. Because no matter what I did as a minor, that don't count. No, all charges is not deportable. So my other felony, another fake felony, I caught it in a courthouse. I got arrested for somebody else's drugs in my neighborhood. You know, and I took it to trial, and I beat it. While I was going to trial, to court for that case, I was in a bullpen. The same thing I'm talking in the internet. I was speaking to the inmates, about 20 inmates there, and I can't use none of them as witness. And the sheriff, 5 sheriff, they use each other for witness, or they could use an inmate, but they wasn't going to use no inmate because it wasn't necessary. It's 5 of them, just me, and I can't use no witnesses. What happened is I was speaking my truth. The sheriff took me out the bullpen. We just got in there, and I was upset. I think I was even handcuffed to somebody else, and he took me out the bullpen, and I was upset. And he told me, get the fuck out the bullpen, something like that. And I got out. My nose was touching his nose. I told him, fuck you, you white motherfucker. And I took off my clothes, and I was like, what? And then he pepper sprayed me, and he charged me for a threat that I said when I see him on the street, he was going to kill me. But the police always use different methods to do things to me. I'm not going to talk about that right now because I'm speaking on my case. So I was charged with a threat, but I think they, you know, once you get locked up, they give you different charges, a whole bunch of charges, like 5 different charges for one charge. And I think I plead guilty to criminal mischief, some shit like that, and it wasn't deportable, and it was a felony. That's 2 felony I have out of all the harassment that happened to me in Jersey City. 50 times. I was stopping frisk in Jersey City before it was stopping frisk in New York. You know? So, you know, if they search me, if I got arrested about 50 times, you know they had to stop and frisk me about 100 to 200 times. That's how crazy it was for me in Jersey City. You know, I had a breakdown through everything I was going through in Jersey City. You know. Thank you, anyone that hear my message, because I'm fighting for the injustice that happened to me. Is a lot of things that happened in my life. I spoke about it on YouTube, and it's just the 2 felonies, the fake felonies. I have witnesses, 20 inmates. I can't use none of them. All their names is there. Everything is on record. They know everything. Them 2 felonies. You know, everything is on record. Everything I spoke about is 100% truth, and that's how the police do it in America. You know. And I'm still fighting. I'm fighting hard. And I don't got no backup. I hope somebody got my back. Because I got other people back once I get this justice.